Japanese figure skater Shoma Uno believes he will progress in ice dancing with his partner, Marin Honda. The 28-year-old Uno is a two-time world champion in singles skating. He announced his switch to ice dancing during the current off-season. My older teammates told me that the ice rink feels much smaller in ice dancing than in singles, but I didn't think it was that much. In singles, while skating, you might think, if the boards are too close, I'll just turn around. But in ice dancing, that won't work unless you both anticipate each other's moves in advance. Unlike singles, ice dancing doesn't involve jumps, nor are there any clearly visible successes or mistakes. But if all our movements aren't synchronized, it will lead to failure. I truly understand how difficult this transition is from singles to duets. In singles, jumps and gliding express your individuality, but in ice dance, both skaters must work in sync, hitting the right timing. That's the challenge. But we were able to experience how wonderful it is when everything comes together, and when we train together. It can only get better, Uno said. Four-time world champion Kaori Sakamoto spoke about life after retiring from figure skating. On Friday, 26-year-old Sakamoto attended a ceremony hosted by the Japanese Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology. Awards for sporting achievements were being presented in Tokyo. In the Olympic season, which was my last, I was able to show everything I'm capable of, and I'm glad it was recognized, said the Japanese figure skater. At the 2026 Olympics in Milan, she won silver medals in both the individual and team events. After retiring, she announced she would begin a coaching career and would marry. Now I'm trying to be a good wife, Sakamoto added. Olympic champion Elena Zagitova is dissatisfied that her image is insufficiently represented in the design of the figure skating center in Kazan, Business Online reports. Earlier, the publication reported on the situation with the facility's name. This is not the Zagitova Center, it's the Figure Skating Center of the Republic of Tatarstan, where Zagitova's school will operate. The figure skater appealed to the Republic to ask why the facility isn't named after her, but the response was, "We don't erect monuments to living people here." The issue is still on the agenda and is a serious concern for Zagitova's team. The figure skater also expresses dissatisfaction that her image is insufficiently represented in the building's design. There is no sign with her name or photographs. Perhaps these complaints have a more serious basis. It is certain that the figure skater will not be given control of the facility itself. It will be headed by someone outside her team. That is, it won't be Zagitova who determines who gets the ice and at what hours, and so on. For now, despite all the questions, Kazan maintains the position that Zagitova's school should have exclusive status at the rink. No one will be housing other schools, hockey players, or curlers there. The decision is simply explained. Managing an ice rink is a very complex process that requires specialized experience. You need to be able to pour ice, understand the technical nuances, manage a team of engineers, and purchase equipment. Zagitova simply doesn't have the expertise for this, according to an article in Business Online. Yana Rudkovskaya, co-owner of the Angels of Plushenko Academy, explained the reason for figure skater Elena Kostyleva's withdrawal from the Junior Grand Prix in China. Lena had a fantastic camp in Baku. Then she spent a week preparing for the performances in Gorky. She quickly began to get back into shape, but since Lena wanted to get as close to her peak as possible, she naturally trained and practiced a lot of ultra-C moves to ensure they were included in her programs, not just solo. Unfortunately, Lena doesn't jump in protective shorts. They're uncomfortable for her. This undoubtedly increases the risk of injury after a fall. As soon as Lena felt pain, we immediately sent her for examination to top clinics and are fully funding all the tests and treatment. Lena has gluteal inflammation. History knows of cases where athletes taking painkillers can skate at competitions, but to avoid aggravating the injury and on the recommendation of doctors, we collectively decided with Lena and her parents to withdraw. This decision was not made lightly. To avoid letting the team down, Lena is giving way to a reserve skater. We, for our part, are doing everything possible to ensure Lena's recovery as quickly as possible. Lena continues training in the gym with our coaches without putting any weight on her injured leg, and continues to work with a choreographer in the ballet studio. I am more than confident that, once Lena is fully recovered, she will definitely go with Evgeny Plushenko to international competitions. where she will demonstrate her level and the level of performance they plan to deliver this season. When an athlete jumps 6 Ultra C jumps into programs, it's a gem that the whole world should see. But achieving such performance is extremely difficult. And, of course, there are falls during training. Lena has demonstrated this in 2 seasons at 2 Russian championships. She is expected to appear on the international stage, and she wants to break the world record into junior programs. The stakes are very high. Lena is very strong in this regard, a girl who is very motivated to achieve this result. I had a long conversation with her and her parents on Friday, and we came to the conclusion that competing against competitors and in pain is too risky. We are not ready to risk her health, especially since she has a long, interesting competitive season ahead, with its own goals and objectives, said Rakovskaya. Prima skater Evgeny Plushenko will not compete at the Junior Grand Prix. Elena Kostyleva is injured and will miss the long-awaited competition in August. But we will still see Plushenko. A week ago, the Angels of Plushenko Academy held a charity day, inviting not only children from large families, but also journalists to ensure the good deed wouldn't go unnoticed, including by the Ministry of Sport. In a conversation with the media, Evgeny tried to take a dig at his competitors. The important thing is for athletes to be healthy. We can see now there are coaching staffs and groups where, out of 15 children, to remain uninjured. It's important that they stay in the sport for a long time, train, and show results. In a cruel twist of fate, the group's star athlete, Plushenko, suffered an injury on the eve of the season, and risks being sidelined from international competitions. The junior team is too tightly packed to guarantee a second chance. 14-year-old Elena Kostyleva was preparing for the international competition with enthusiasm. She dreamed of bringing home the maximum quota for Russia, and was practicing extremely difficult routines. What kind of ultra-high elements am I preparing? The usual. A triple axel in the short program, 2 triple axels, 2 quadruple salchows, and a quadruple toe loop in the free program. I'll be trying to nail this content. As the team leader, Kostyleva was awarded the leg in Xi'an, China, which will take place from August 20th to 22nd. But 12 days before the start, it was revealed that Lena would miss it due to injury. Here's her mother, Irina, explaining. Lena has been falling a lot over the last month and hitting the ice on her quadruple jumps, trying to recover them. You know, falling on a quadruple jump is like falling from a 3-story building. Lena has injured her right gluteal muscle, which has become inflamed and is preventing her from training. Lena is undergoing treatment, managing the inflammation with medications, injections, and physical therapy. Lena doesn't want to let the Russian team down by skating with an injury and on painkillers. This doesn't guarantee top-class performances and jumps. Therefore, to avoid letting Russia down, she is giving up her spot to a healthy competitor. Sofia Dzepka will compete in China. She also jumps quads, holds a high second-place mark, and skates consistently. In terms of Russia's prospects, nothing has changed. All of our team's leaders are capable of competing for victories at the international level. And if Dzepka copes, she will go to the second Grand Prix event to compete for a spot in the final. Russia certainly won't be throwing away spots at the main December competition. So, the Grand Prix series may already be closed for Kostyleva. And then there's the World Junior Championships, where only one Russian skater will be allowed. But there seem to be some questions about the Angels. And it's not about Kostyleva's injury, that's a lottery. And I certainly don't want to imitate her coach, blaming someone else's injuries. Although it's surprising that this time, Lena won't be competing according to her usual pattern. Despite this, young skater too often takes to the ice with injuries and still competes in quads. The problem is Evgeny himself. Unlike Lena, he will be going to international competitions. Just recently, Plushenko was planning to show that Russia is the leading country in figure skating. But besides Kostyleva, his own academy has no other examples of Russian greatness yet. Veronika Zhilina will make her international debut, but for Azerbaijan, Sofia Dzepka will try to find her form again, but for Team Armenia, Kira Trofimova is finding her place, but in Belarus, Alexander Plushenko will compete in the Junior Grand Prix series, but also for Azerbaijan. Even senior newcomers Ksenia Sinitsina and Veronika Yamatova, who are intriguingly exploring Ultra C, are definitely not competing in top tournaments yet. Firstly, they are far from leading positions on the national team, and secondly, there has been no news about them receiving neutral status. Figure skater Sofia Dzepka's coach, Ekaterina Moiseyeva, said the athlete is preparing for the Junior Grand Prix in China. We found out on Saturday evening. Sofia is in good spirits and will be preparing. We haven't seen Sofia yet, only talked with her mom about technical issues. It's going well, we're preparing. Are you going to change anything in your preparation now? After the skates, we started practicing more of the master's program. And now we'll be returning to the junior versions, Moisaeva said.